In the heyday of muscle cars, amidst the roar of V8 engines and the sounds of tire squeals, Chevrolet dared to create a unique beast, the 1970 Camino SS 454. This remarkable vehicle was an embodiment of contrasts, a dependable workhorse during the week, and a tire-shredding muscle car on Sundays. The Camino SS 454 was the sports utility vehicle before the term would become synonymous with big, heavy, practical semi-off-roaders like the G-Wagon. Now the Camino story traces back to 1959 when Chevrolet transformed the two-door Brookwood wagon into a direct competitor to the Ford Ranchero, inspired by the Australian Ute. However, the first generation Camino's initial foray into the market was less than successful, culminating in its discontinuation in 1960. The Camino made a triumphant return in 1964 as a pickup version of the intermediate Chevelle, and this time it struck a chord with buyers. Fast forward, the late 1960s marked a period of extravagance in the American automotive industry. Car manufacturers pushed the boundaries, transplanting massive V8 engines into compact and intermediate models. The Camino was no exception. While the Ford Ranchero was equipped with the 390 cubic inch 6.4-litre FE engine, Chevrolet upped the ante by adding the Chevelle SS 396 with a big block to the Camino's option list. In 1969, Chevrolet took things a step further by introducing the entire SS 396 package, creating the first genuine supercar with a pickup bed. The next year, 1970, was the zenith of muscle car madness in the American automotive industry. General Motors lifted its self-imposed ban on engines larger than 400 cubic inches for intermediate platforms, unleashing a wave of high-performance vehicles. Chevrolet capitalized on this newfound freedom by introducing two 454 cubic inch engine versions for the Chevelle and the Camino SS models. These powerful engines were the LS5 and the highly coveted LS6. While outfitting an SS 454 pickup seemed impractical, this era was defined by building wild cars because they could, not necessarily because they should. The Camino SS 454 embraced the concept of business in front, party in back, but just the other way around. You could use the back for work, but when you wanted to have some fun, the party maker was under the hood. The front of the pickup featured the bold SS grille, twin stereo, stripes, and a domed or optional cowl induction hood akin to the flashy 1970 Chevelle SS. However, from the firewall to the tailgate, the SS pickup was nearly identical to the 1968 to 1969 Camino. It retained a functional 6.6-foot long bed created on the robust foundation of the Chevelle 4-door wagon. The interior shared elements with the Chevelle, including the dashboard, instrumentation, and standard bench seat. Customers could opt for optional amenities such as individual, power-adjustable, strato bucket seats, and a center console. But we don't really care about all of those things. Let's talk about the engine. The 1970 Camino SS 454 was offered with two 454 cubic inch engine options. The LS5 featured hydraulic lifters, a Rochester 4-barrel carburetor, and a 10.25:1 compression ratio, generating around 360 horsepower and 500 foot-pounds of torque. However, it was the LS6 that garnered enthusiasts' attention. This engine shared the same block, but added solid lifters, a hotter cam, larger valves, and a higher compression ratio, as well as a more capable Harley carburetor. These upgrades resulted in a staggering 450 horsepower back in 1970. I mean, this pickup produced more power than the Ferraris of the time. The LS6 equipped Camino SS 454 was a genuine muscle car capable of rivaling Hemi-powered Mopars. It could sprint from 0 to 60 in 5 seconds and could complete the standing quarter mile in 13.6 seconds. Give it a long straight and she could reach a top speed of 108 miles per hour. Now both LS5 and LS6 engines came with heavy-duty Muncie M22 4-speed transmissions with a 331 rear end as standard. Then if you wanted something different, an optional M40 turbo Hydromatic 3-speed automatic and Posey traction limited slip differential could be added. But despite its impressive power and practical cargo bed, the Camino SS 454 had a notable flaw. To preserve its hauling capabilities, Chevrolet did not offer the F41 heavy-duty suspension for the SS badge Camino. While the vehicle inherited heavy-duty shocks and springs from the Chevelle wagon, it missed the crucial rear anti-roll bar found in the F41 option for the Chevelle SS Coupe and convertible. This absence made the Camino SS 454 challenging to control at high speeds, especially with an empty bed, making this car pretty much a death trap. Fast and unstable isn't exactly the best combo. Anyways, let's talk about rarity and what they go for these days. Official records do not distinguish Camino SS sales, but it is known that 8,773 Chevelles and Caminos with 454 engines were sold during the 1970 model year. An estimated 10 to 20% of these vehicles were pickups. Now the SS 454 option returned in 1971 and 1972, but with less power. Today, surviving examples of the Chevelle SS 454 are among the most sought after muscle cars of the era, with prices ranging from $50,000 to over $100,000, depending on engine options, mileage, and condition. The pickup version is rarer, but typically about 15% cheaper. By the way, I made a full video on the Chevelle 454 a while ago, so if that's something you would like to go and see, you can watch it after this. The video is almost over. I'm just going to end it off. So to end it off, the 1970 Camino SS 454 was a captivating blend of muscle and utility, embodying the essence of the golden age of muscle cars. It combined the practicality of a cargo bed, the sports aesthetics of a muscle car, and a high-performance powertrain. In many ways, it can be considered a true sports utility vehicle, even more so than many modern SUVs. But at the end of the video, please let me know what you thought, number one, of the video, and then what you think of this 1970 Camino SS 454. I love the idea of a ute, like the Australian V8 utes. In South Africa where I live, we get the SS Lumina in sedan form and in pickup form, which is pretty much the same as a ute in Australia. I think in Australia it's a Holden though. I don't think they call it a Lumina. I think it's got a different name there. But yeah, we also get like something like that, but they are quite expensive here and not very common. But I've always wanted one, so this is just a really old school version of the utes we see today. So I really like it, but let me know what you think down below. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and if you guys did like it, you'll most probably like most of my other stuff. So just go through my channel, see if there's something else you like. I'll check you guys in the next one. Cheers, eh?